Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, let's go over the latest news about the IRS and what they just said about your third stimulus check and when you should expect to receive one. And the good news, folks, is that the Social Security Administration has just provided the IRS with your bank account information and all the information that is needed to send out a $1,400 stimulus check. So folks, I'm going to be honest with you. You should expect to receive a stimulus payment later this week. But if any of you guys are still waiting for a stimulus check, remember that I'm still doing an Amazon gift card giveaway. Two winners of a free $100 Amazon gift card will be announced this Friday. And all they gotta do to win is smash the like button on this video and share this video with your friends and family. Remember folks, this is a free $100 Amazon gift card, and you can buy this for anything that you need, like food, groceries, and other needs. So folks, I just want to help as many guys as possible. The whole goal of this channel is to provide you with the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check news in a fast and easy way. But I also want to give back by giving away two $100 free Amazon gift cards. Now first everybody, let's go over what you must know if your stimulus check was mailed. Because remember, stimulus payments are going to be sent to you in three possible scenarios. The first is through direct deposit, but that only happens if you have direct deposit information on file with the IRS. Second is through a prepaid debit card, like Direct Express. And third is through a paper check that will be sent in the mail. So guys, if you have not received a stimulus payment yet, be sure to check your bank account and the mailbox, because you never know when a stimulus check might be in there. But meanwhile, you can use the IRS Give Me a Payment tool to find out when your next stimulus payment is expected to hit your bank account. Third round of stimulus checks will be based on taxpayers' latest processed tax return from either 2020 or 2019. And that includes anyone who used the IRS non-filer tool last year. And guys, remember, the IRS says that the tool updates once per day, usually overnight, and that people should not call the IRS because the phone assisters don't have information beyond what's available on irs.gov. The IRS basically just wants you to wait for a stimulus check. Now folks, tell me in the comments down below, who is to blame for holding back your third stimulus payment, and what is taking the IRS so long to send them out? So if any of you guys did not qualify for the third round of stimulus checks, but you do qualify based on 2020 returns, the next best step is to file your 2020 taxes ASAP. Because filing a tax return early is always the best practice, and proven this year with the stimulus check to those who have already filed. And for those of you that are on federal benefits, many federal beneficiaries who filed 2019 or 2020 returns are included in the first two batches of stimulus checks, according to the IRS. But so far, the date has not been announced for when payments are expected for individuals who receive benefits but did not file 2019 or 2020 taxes. Many Social Security recipients, like yourself and other federal beneficiaries, still have not received a third round of stimulus. The SSA has already sent information, very important bank account information, to the IRS, and this will clear the way for almost 30 million people to receive their stimulus checks this week. So yeah folks, you guys should expect to see a stimulus check in your bank account very soon. And the good news folks is that the SSA sent all the needed information for payments to the IRS. That's according to the Commissioner of the Social Security Administration, although the IRS has already sent out two large batches of stimulus. Many of you guys on SSI and SSDI have not received them, and I just find that very disappointing. But here's the reason why it's taken so long for you to get a stimulus check. The process has required a complex back and forth negotiation between the SSA and the IRS, involving data files and updates to ensure that payments are received in a proper manner. But earlier this week, Democrats on the House Ways and Means Committee sent a letter to the administration demanding them to send out the stimulus. So folks, since many of our politicians are putting their foot down, it looks like you're going to receive a stimulus check possibly before the end of the month. And that is all the news in this video. If any of you guys found this video useful and helpful, feel free to subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications, and give this video a like. Until next time everybody, have a great day and stay safe.
Finally ends.
Well, you know, the truth is, we can't do anything predictive in history, but it does suggest that there's a lot of parallels that should make us think. I mean, we're coming off after 1920, a global pandemic, yes, also a global war and tremendous economic instability in the country. And frankly, people went to town. They decided they wanted to forget the pandemic, forget the war as much as possible, and really spur new economic activity and spur new innovation. And frankly, you can certainly see today people are eager to get over with the pandemic. There's a likely chance that they're going to put everything that we've just seen in the last year behind them.
You know, speaking of that, the Roaring '20s, they're often discussed historically a lot more than the Spanish flu. Honestly, I don't think anybody really talks about the Spanish flu. Are you expecting the same thing to happen here? Are we just going to bury COVID-19 and just think about the good times?
That's a great point, because to be honest, I never talked about the Spanish flu in my lectures, maybe just an offhand comment. None of my colleagues ever talked about the Spanish flu. And the reason is because in the 1920s, people really did want to put that pain behind them. They were willing to talk about World War I, willing to remember World War I, but the pandemic was just too unpleasant, and there were no heroes in the pandemic in the real sense. So consequently, the historical record is really remarkably thin on pandemic material. There's really no way to recover what people thought about the pandemic, because frankly, they didn't talk about it all that much. And I'll tell you, going forward, my colleagues and I are certainly talking.
Another batch of stimulus payments are being sent out this week, and the IRS says the next round of deposits should hit bank accounts by Wednesday, though some of you may start seeing it a little earlier. Now, a large number of this batch will also be mailed as paper checks or prepaid debit cards. 11 Alive financial expert Andrew Poulos gives us an idea of that timing.
It's safe to assume it'll be probably at least 4 to 6 weeks before you see any check in the mail. Hopefully sooner, but we have not yet heard from the IRS on a definitive date when they will begin to actually mail out checks.
All right, so if you're waiting on direct deposit, check your tax return to make sure you qualify. Experts say just because you got the first and second checks does not mean that you qualify this time around. And second, just track it. Go to the Get My Payment tool on the IRS site to see if your payment is on the way. And lastly, file your 2020 taxes. If you had an address change.
The House Ways and Means Chairman and 3 other congressional members on that committee are concerned about why payments have been delayed to people on Social Security and veterans. They also want answers as to why the IRS can't provide an exact timeline when these payments will go out. They say, quote, some of our most vulnerable seniors and persons with disabilities, including veterans, are unable to pay for basic necessities while they wait for their overdue payments. The letter calls for the heads of the IRS and Social Security to move faster, get those checks out, and give the committee an update by this Friday. The IRS says the $1,400 stimulus checks are automatically going out to people who don't file a tax return but get other federal benefits. Now, we're going to keep an eye out on this story because we know that this is important to many people out there watching. We'll give you updates later.